We have a CrossFit client here who overdid things during her workout with the right shoulder and developed a bicep tendonitis, which she has a bit of shoulder restriction, shoulder range of motion restriction, pain, and a lot of tenderness from palpation. She also has quite a bit of weakness in the shoulder. Hold this up for me, please. Yeah, okay, so the rotator cuff muscle bellies here are also quite congested. What we're going to do is we're going to do a treatment called gua sha. It comes from Chinese medicine. I call it scraping. It involves the use of tools, which we will scrape the muscle with without actually penetrating the skin, and break up a lot of the adhesions and the congestion in the muscle. We'll start out applying some Biofreeze, which is a muscle rub which will take care of some of the soreness, diminish some of the soreness. I like to apply that first right onto the shoulder. Then we put the lubricant. That's great. Let me have the tools. Okay, this is one of the larger tools, and we're going to start going over the bicep tendon. Again, we're breaking up congestion. A lot of the toxins and irritants that have built up in this area due to her overuse, doing the improper exercise with the right shoulder. We're breaking all of this up, pushing the toxins and the irritants outside of this area, outside of the muscle. And you will see the color change, which is the fresh blood coming into this area. Okay, so here, hold on to her arm right here. Pull it out. Good. And we're going to go down her bicep, muscle belly. And again, you see the color change. I would describe the feeling as a form of a very deep tissue massage. Again, we're not breaking the skin, so the color change you see is on the outside. It is, there's absolutely no penetration of the skin. It's a non-invasive procedure. This procedure is extremely effective. Chinese used it a couple of hundred years ago. They used spoons to perform the same function. We now have different size tools. So at different size tools, some start from this size here, which we use for smaller muscle groups and tendons. Some are as little as these, which we use for hands and feet. And this is a real little guy right here. All right. I've gotten much faster with this over the years. It now only takes me a few minutes to do the body part. We now will ask Francie to turn onto your left shoulder. Jen, you're going to come around and grab her right wrist. Yep. All right. So now we're going to address the muscles in the back of the Francie's right shoulder, which are the rotator cuff muscles, the supraspinatus, infraspinatus, and the teres. For that, this is the best position for me to get to these muscle groups. Here's the supraspinatus, which is usually the culprit with most of the rotator cuff injuries. We're going over the spine of the scapula. Francie, how are you doing?
Great.
You're going to feel like $1 million when we're done. The range of motion is going to substantially increase, and we will take a look at the muscle strength, which will dramatically improve right after the first treatment, since we're getting rid of the congestion and we're jump starting the muscle. So Jen, if you could please put a towel under there, and we're going to move her. That's terrific. Okay. Why don't we turn you back over? Jen, grab her wrist again. And now I use my hands. They call my hands a Russian claw. And we get in here into the subscapularis, in the latissimus area, releasing all of these muscles here. These are all internal rotators of the shoulder, which will enable us, by releasing them, enable us to get way more external rotation range of motion. And as I mentioned before, the strength output of the muscle will dramatically increase and improve. And that's the extent of the manual therapy gua sha session, or scraping as we call it at Zarett Rehab. We will now have Francie sit up. Francie, if you were to sit up, please. Jen, let's just get this wiped off. We ask our clients to always drink at least 24 to 36 ounces of water immediately after the treatment. And for the next day or so, to continue to drink water as much as possible to flush out all of the junk that we've just cleaned off the muscle. Now here's the same muscle strength test of the rotator cuff. Hold this. Resist. I'm going to push you forward. The muscle is now doing exactly what it's supposed to do because it has been cleaned. Very good, Francie. Thank you very much. That's gua sha.